You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and so pick your friends, and specifically your close friends, very carefully. If you're around people that party, you're most likely going to party. If you're around people that do drugs or play video games, you also most likely are going to do the same. And candidly, I'm speaking off of personal experience. I've spent time in my life being around people that are high performing, and that motivates me to be more high performing on myself. And I've also spent time with people that are not super high performing, more so focused on degeneracy and partying and having a good time. And those people are cool. I enjoy spending time with them, but ultimately in terms of my goals, in terms of living my best life, they're not super conducive, because you naturally get pulled into doing what your friends do. And so when you pick friends that are high performing, that are aligned with your ideal self, then they will push you to become your ideal self, relative to when you pick friends that are not super high performing and just focused on instant gratification and pleasure. Right now, if you don't know, I'm living with Hamza and Sam. Hamza is literally my roommate. He lives right next door, and being around him has been incredible. I've learned a lot. I feel like I've grown a lot. We've been pushing ourselves to our limits and really keeping each other accountable. Sam as well. Sam has been very instrumental in that formula as well. Like, we're all just kind of waking up early, going to the gym first thing in the morning, going to Muay Thai, completely focused on work. Like, I've been reading all kinds of different books. I've been extremely wired into the work that I'm doing, and I've been pretty productive as well. And so it's beautiful to kind of have this synergy between the three of us to motivate ourselves to mutually ascend into our best lives. And so I think that everybody should strive to cultivate a friend network where you actually lift each other up rather than keeping each other down. There's this mentality that Sam was just telling me about today about the crab. If you don't know about crabs in a bucket, the way that it goes is crabs all want to crawl out of that bucket, but because of the way that crabs are, because of their nature, they just pull down the people that are climbing. And so effectively, no crab can climb out, because each crab, as one climbs, pulls the other crab down. There's a surprising amount of people that are like this, and you also may have friends that are like this as well. In the past, when I was a kid, I definitely had friends like this, where they all played video games, and then whenever I talked about reading, and whenever I talked about developing myself and going to the gym or talking to girls and stuff like this, they kind of just winced at it. They kind of just made fun of it, because they themselves wanted to do it, but they didn't have the level of enthusiasm and confidence and self-belief in order to do that. And so, like crabs, when one crab tries to climb out, they just claw at the crab to pull him back down. And so you want to identify if your friends are like crabs, and if they are, then you got to leave them. You got to move on. You got to find other friends that are conducive to a better life. Because ultimately, you got to ask yourself, what is friendship to you? Are friends just people that you spend time with, that you enjoy their company and you just have a laugh and that's it, and you go home and ultimately they actually drag your life down? Or are they people that lift your life up, that help you move towards your goals? Because the thing is, goals are everything. Ultimately, goals are everything. You want to live your best possible life, goals have to be everything. I want to be a millionaire. I want to start several different businesses, and I want to travel the entire world. Like, I have a lot of big goals. And if I spend my energy and my time into people that are not conducive to that, then all I'm doing is selling myself short. And so recently, I've been very selective with my friends. Since last fall, I've started cutting people off that don't actually lift my life up, and only spending time and energy with people that do lift my life up. And this has ultimately led me to form closer bonds and stronger relationships. And these are the types of relationships you need. You need friends that are also focused and also goal-oriented. Figure out whatever your goals are, because your goals might be something around business. Well, if your goals are around business, now find people that are also focused in that same business and spend your time and energy and efforts with them. Don't spend your time with others that drag you down. If you're trying to avoid drugs, or are you going to go back to friends that all do drugs? If you're trying to avoid alcohol, or are you going to hang out with people that drink alcohol all the time? You want to hang out with people that are actually conducive to your best life. And other than that, I will be back tomorrow.
Subscribe, you filthy animals.